Hey all, Sir Penguin here, and it has been a while since I've done a cast, but let us dive on into a 4v4 on Lipany. Now, Lipany can be a bit of a funky map in terms of how it spawns, especially those team games have some funky spawns on them. But frankly, I'm not too worried about it right now. We're just gonna dive in and see what we can see here. Now, let me just take a look at the teams and who's on whose team here. We got the... I like the color consistency here, actually. So thanks to these teams for keeping consistent. So, on Team 1, starting on the bottom on the left side in pink, we've got Japan. And next to the Japan player on Team 1 in the red, Jushi's Legacy. Over here, G, next to some other characters that I do not know how to pronounce, is another Jushi's Legacy in the yellow. In orange, on the top side to round it out, is Super Pang C in the orange, playing as the French. Now, on the top side, Team 2 here. In the teal, playing as Order of the Dragon, is Gorat. And they seem to be connected to this website, so. And next to him in the green is Tia, playing as the French. And over to his left, their left. I don't know. I don't know these people's. Anyway, in the blue, Masami playing as the English. And finally, in purple, on the far left, is GG. Chrysaor. I'm pretty sure GG is like a clan name, but not sure. Chrysaor. Anyway, we're going to take a look at these teams. I probably mostly refer to players by color and civ, just because we're going into something, you know, a big game here. A big 4v4. Kind of a long one here. So sit back, relax, enjoy the match as we get in here. We've got two Japan players across from each other. Both opening in the current Japan way, which is you're going to put 3 on gold. You're actually, looks like it's 2 on gold and 10 on food, and that's actually what we have from both players here. So this is just going to be that meta optimization for Japan here. That makes more sense than what I was thinking. And yeah, same thing down here for Jushi, although we note, and we should note, it doesn't look like we are going to get a fast Song Dynasty out of the Jushi players. Here comes Meditation Gardens on the stone and double berries of the yellow player, but the red player just secures that Meditation Garden for themselves, but we have the same build, identical builds. No, stone for yellow, but gold for red here. Not identical. I don't even know what I'm calling today. I just keep calling the wrong thing, everyone. You're like, why would I watch this guy? He doesn't even know what's happening in the game. I swear I know what's going on. Anyway, all jokes aside, we got that School of Cavalry coming up for the French player. And I'm sure it's going to be the Kura Storehouse for the two Japan players who are across from each other. Blue English is going to be going Council Hall. No king shenanigans out today. Nice safe golden berries on the back of the base. There's always like safe deer and stuff on the back of Lipany. So it's pretty easy to defend your food early on. French in the green Tia is going to be going for the School of Cavalry as well. And we've got a Minework Palace for Order of the Dragon. So no Aachen Chapel sort of attempts here. Just going to go play with what works, which is a little bit of those buffs. I think we have some spear. No, we just have an early barracks out here. Are we waiting for a really fast man-at-arms? Is that the plan? Did we have a spear that I missed? I don't think so. Oh, but this is interesting. We're sitting here at Conqueror 3, Conqueror 2-ish level for some of these players. Conqueror 3 for the most part. And we have Juganu Proxy coming for Japan here. I haven't seen this before. We've got a Zhuganu proxy coming out, and Japan doesn't get that tower off. So Crisio are gonna fall back to the TC now, and we're gonna have to see some units out to contest this. Yeah, immediately go into the wood. We're gonna see some horsemen out, potentially, with lots of food coming in. Interesting. And more, these Zhuganu, are they being, no, okay, I was wondering if they brought an Imperial official up. Just normal production here for the Zhuganu. Very interesting approach. Welcome to AoE4 StarCraft 2, or rather, hey, AoE4 StarCraft 2 called, and they want their proxies back. Anyway, we've got some Zhuganu putting on this pressure. This proxy is nasty. Huh. I wonder if this is just team games or what. What's going on in the back of this? No, just production. The macro here is all dedicated to Zhuganu production, and we see a scout go down now. Oh, this tower is coming up as well. There's some fighting going on the other side of the map. A little bit of 1v1 action on each side here. Looks like the other side is some Order the Dragon action between against the French. So probably the spears fighting up against the cavalry, which makes a lot of sense for that barracks, actually, that we talked about earlier. Longbows, though, out now for Massimi in the blue. The English player swinging down to help out against his proxy. And this is why proxies don't really work in Age of Empires 4. Sure, you've delayed the purple's food a little bit. But purple doesn't need that food. There's sheep under the TC. There's farms on the Cura. And with a teammate with longbows, Zhuganu do not beat longbows. Zhuganu can't even really catch longbows. So what the Zhuganu are going to try to do here is pressure the Vils, since we are trying to get the most out of this proxy. And more production coming up. This is a full forward proxy base now. Those longbows linger a little too far forward, but they're buying time for the Japan villagers to get the tower up. And then once that tower goes up, the Zhuganu are in trouble. Yeah. Gonna have no choice but to fall back here and rebuild. On the other side, Order Spears kind of duking it out alongside the French teammates Knights up against the Knights of Orange here. And it looks like there's a bit of a stalemate. Some scouting going on here. Archer Spear now for Order the Dragon up against Orange. Meanwhile, Pink raiding around the back with those Fugacia. This is on the left side. Trying to cut off the longbow reinforcements and pressure England. But there are just, I think there's too many longbows here. You can produce however fast you want, but longbows will just snipe it out. And that's what they're doing. And you have the TC, not the TC, double tower out on the front to stop this proxy. And with this proxy in view, I don't think it's much longer for this world. But Japan just still going for Castle Age. No attempts to like create units here to defend or anything. So though, despite opening the same way, the Japanese player is playing a very different game of Age of Empires here. Big push coming in now to Orange though. We missed the opening of the fight, but those Knights are going down to the Order Spears mixed with the Tia's, the French Knights here. And France is off of its gold on the right side. Not having a good time here as more villagers going down. Spears keeping that cav off, and this is a lot of damage. It's going to be a lot of damage. Yellow, meanwhile, is just booming behind this. So we've got a lot of units out of everybody for Team 2 on the top. Let's say the cool colors, the teal, green, blue, and purple. And we got a lot of boom coming out for yellow. Yellow goes Castle Age. They should be able to snag some relics, I should think. More raids on the back as we have a little bit of a stalemate here as the Rams come up. Let's see what's going on with this proxy. Rams coming up on the opposite side. Does Japan go down here? I don't know if Crisio is going to be able to hold this with just English longbows and towers. There's a lot of Onabugeisha here and a lot of Zhuganu now. So we got, you know, this is the kind of the fun thing about 4v4s. People always talk about how chaotic 4v4s are. But I just want to say a good 4v4 action does come down to like trading bases. It makes the game interesting. You can sacrifice a teammate if it means destroying an enemy teammate sometimes, and that's what it looks like we're seeing here. Longbow is putting on quite a bit of damage to that ram, actually, and gonna be able to do a lot of damage to Zone of Bugation, who are cutting off reinforcements once again. Letting the Jugunu duke it out here, but they just want to take this tower down and keep Japan off of the gold. Let's see how Purple's gold is looking. Not great, but we do have the age up through. That's why they got just enough gold for the floating gate. Meanwhile, in Orange's base, units all over the place. We do have Palace Guard with the upgrade coming out for Yellow. They're going to try to hold here, but there's too many knights, there's too many archers, and I think Orange is dead. Now what happens up here? I want to know. There's no production out for Japan. There's a lot of units out, but yeah, there's a lot going on here. Nice little counterplay. Villagers pop out here as the Knights and Order are forced to kind of go toward Yellow, who's got those Castle Age units coming out. There's still some Rams and Archers here, though, and this is still massive damage against the French player. Reinforcements absolutely pumping for that 2TC Jushi. Mount Lu Academy, a meditation garden shared with this spot. That's so funny. It makes sense. What's going on here? Raids on the back. We're trying to get that stable up, Chris Aor. Raid units coming out now for Jushi as well. And yeah, my gosh, this is chaotic. There's a lot of units are gonna go down here. The stable doesn't come up. So despite, you know, getting a Yoroshiro out, the Yoroshiro is gonna have to go into TC for build production, and that stable gets canceled. Raids on the food on the back. Longbow's not trying to get in a fight with those horsemen just about now, but instead trying to save the front of Japan's base. France, meanwhile, has nothing left. Villagers down, just kind of retreat to this back food and start working toward a recovery, as Japan is doing the same thing. So, we trade out bases here. We trade out two of the players, basically. But this is bad. This is really bad. More Japan villagers going down. They don't get the stable up again, but they are going to finish off these cavalry. You know, I gotta say, villagers with their little shivs are very good against horsemen. The horseman attack speed comes in, gets a couple of vills there, and that stable's going to come up now. And this Yoroshiro, I'm going to guess, is just going to sprint for that stable. Longbows are going to hold the Jugunu again. And that's just having longbows. You're going to be able to hold Jugunu quite well with some good kiting. Onobugeisha coming now. A good counterattack from Yellow, because Yellow hits that Castle Age, and it seems that they just are able to push back all those Knights. They probably killed them. I don't see Knights anywhere. Order to also go in Castle Age now. Let's see what ages our folks are in. Castle Age for Yellow, Castle Age for Purple, and now we got a Castle Age coming in for Teal. Excuse me. Now, this is bad for Order because if there's one thing Jushi could do, it's just Zerg out units. And the Xiangyang Tower's coming now, as it looks like this Castle Age is going to be expanded. We're just going to get tons of spears, tons of barracks into those Palace Guard. Big fight on the left. This is where the Knights are for green. They've swung across now to take this fight. 2v2 here on the left side. Purple still recovering. But Pink has some units on the back, it looks like. But these Knights are going to just cause havoc for all of the units that have been proxied on this side. Onobugeisha and Jugunu cannot fight Knight Longbow. And yeah, we're seeing that happen here. It's time to clear out this Proxy Team 2. Team 1 is going to lose that Proxy now. Just gonna keep catching the Jugunu. You need to stop producing red. Yeah, okay. Red's not gaining anything by producing units out of these buildings. Just gonna have to build up production here on the back now, but that's not happening. Is there an attempt building to save this? Not really. Again, more very nice raids from the Jushi on the back. Nice little recovery. That Regnance, though, we haven't seen any relics come in just yet. Actually, relics in general, somewhat ignored with all the Castle Ages that have come through. But these crossbows looking pretty good here. Gosh, Order of the Dragon crossbows do so much damage. Wow. Raids on the Teal villagers. Teal's in trouble. Teal's in trouble. These knights don't want to fight these spears face to face, but it doesn't look like they have much of a choice. So many French knights out here now for Tia. Looks like a few. Yeah. Teal's fallen back to the gold here. And yeah, Yellow has no choice. Tia has been putting in the work for Team 2 with these knight pushes. Knights now, or Mounted Samurai more accurately, coming out for purple now, and things are starting to look... Well, this push is over. The proxy is done, but Teal took some damage, so I'd say things are pretty even between teams right now. There's a lot of knights here, but a lot of civs, a lot of these groups have not taken damage. Pink has taken no damage. Red, well, they lost their front base, but their eco is fine. And Yellow is just pumping. Not gonna chase that. France, kind of correctly, Tia just deciding not to go for that. This Vil trying to get these walls up, but gets caught by the archers. The ranged units of Order are quite strong, gonna try to swing around, and I don't know that Jushi can necessarily fight this right now. A lot of units, though. Got to be careful with this little squad. Double TC out. Triple TC to recover. This is what you want to do, actually. Keep this in mind, those of you watching on YouTube. If you get behind in a team game, it's not over. And you can see that here from these Conqueror players. Going for multiple TCs on the back to be able to recover from the damage that they've already taken. France goes double TC just for the sake of French double TC, of course, but everything else is looking a little bit interesting here. I mean, Orange also goes for a triple TC to recover, so. A little bit of a fight here. Yeah, Order forced to fall back. Man, I've been bouncing around a lot, but I want to make sure we get to see the combat here. French Knights forced to fall back against the Spear and Palace Guard. Big fight breaking out on the left as Japan is doing... We have, again, very different approaches for Japan, and everybody going Castle Age now. The Pink Japan just kind of going for that infantry Zerg rush, as you, like, just jokingly might want to call it. And... yeah, I think Knight Longbow might be a little too much for this, because these longbows just need to pick off the spears. They don't even really try to pick off... There they go. I was going to say, you got to pick off the spears, Blue. And yeah, Blue picks off the spears, and that's the end of that Pink attack, and that's the end of the Pink army. This game is still close. Definitely gonna see some Imperial Ages here, undoubtedly, but that'll take just a second as, although Pink might be able to get away with it with the build they've been running, though losing the army, they can't do it now, that's for certain. Extending these farms, little house farm action. And underneath the Daimyo Palace, that's going to be some nice food income for Japan. Which they rebuild this army in no time. And these Mounted Samurai are going to have no choice but to fall back. Longbows, however, should be able to put on some pressure here. On opposite sides of the tree line now. Red hasn't been seen for a while, and it's because all their production went down. I want to see kind of... they went for that farm transition on the back of all this action. Stable's out now, which means Lancers are coming out. Okay. Okay. I like that. Meanwhile, France still going for stone. Is France going to stone wall here with the Castle Age? There's some relics coming through for each team. Not a ton for any one player. But yeah, relics are starting to get gathered. Do we have relics for... Yeah. 3 and Yoroshiros for pink. That's pretty good for pink there. Do we have relics for any of the Jushi? Not really, no. Mostly relics for France. Order the Dragon. Japan here. Purple get? Yeah, just doing Yoroshiros for now. Man-at-Arm longbow matched up with the mounted samurai. That's going to go up against this huge infantry mass that pink has built. France realizing what's going on the back here as these Jushi players are booming. But this is going to be a great catch. French Knights, oh my gosh. Veteran Royal Knights catch that gold. And the farms of our red player are in trouble now. Granaries are up and these farms are here, but what do? You start burning these farms? Yeah, gonna cause a lot of problems. Nah, just gonna keep chasing the bills, get that eco damage in. A fight coming out on the right side, and meanwhile, these villagers, the rest of them gonna get away after it picks off these two. Get some archer, sort of pick off some units here on the right side over in Orange's base. A nice keep to defend this little pocket of eco they've got in the middle. And a big fight coming out on the left side as the samurai and the longbows duke it out. There's some crossbows here as well now for the samurai. Damn, pink has a lot of units. I hope Japan and England are booming on the back of this, because this is a lot of stuff. These infantry masses for Japan can get scary if they're left unchecked, and that's what we see here. Just not enough pressure on the Japan player. Meanwhile, those knights, by the way, are still raiding the food of red. Reinforcements coming in for Masumi, and we have that Imperial Age I was talking about, but that comes in for Order of the Dragon. Order of the Dragon want to get the handgunners in absolutely here. And yeah, I mean, wow, that pink army, something else here as it just absolutely walks through those longbows and mounted samurai. Gonna lose the whole thing once again, but look how easy it is to build up reinforcements. Endless food for Japan, endless gold. It's quite easy to just keep that unit production up. All right. Looks like a bit of a lull here, though. These French Knights gonna try to pick off some more yellow food once they spot it. Right here. I don't think he spots it. Or she. I don't know. I don't think Tia spots it. Oh, raid going on the backside. But that gets cleaned up, and once again, there's been some good fighting in this game, but we're once again at a stalemate. Not a lot here coming out. Do we have handgunners? No. Crossbows. But my guess is going to be crossbows with that Bodkin bolts tech to get enemy siege out of the way. No Bodkin bolts yet, because it's all units just duking it out here. So yellow tries to move out and clear out this order army, but green swoops in to clear it. That's a really good counterattack here, as this Jushi army is going to have no choice but to fall back to Orange's gates. Meanwhile, those Archers and Samurai coming back in for more. And Pink welcomes them with that huge mass of infantry. What is Red up to? Red coming back now. Back on food. TC's coming up. Gold all over the place. So Red really is just like late to the party, but this is going to be a problem for our players on the left. Purple and blue pushing forward into just a lot of spears. A lot of infantry. The longbows are going to like this. Crossbows are going to like this. And yeah. Now looking much better for purple and blue here as they clear out that army again. I think pink just gave away too much with the endless pushes. And this is going to be a problem because the recovery here is... This is not enough. That's the bees. We do have the Shogunate Castle holding the line. Yeah, it looks like those mounted samurai are gonna have no choice but to fall back or die. Units still coming out now, pumping out of these barracks because everything's still under control. Looks like some gold coming in for pink on the outside there, but it's not over yet. And here comes some rams. Red needs a bigger mass. Yeah, okay, here they come. Meanwhile, yellow and orange have pushed back on the right side. Keeps coming out. Swabia out. And we've got more Imperial Ages coming through for France and both the Jushi players.
Handgunners are out now. Some of the best handgunners in the game right here. Gonna, like,
just absolutely destroy these yellow units. Big fight now coming out as Imperial upgrades are on these things. And wow, this is just a huge dive. I don't think, yeah, that's not enough. The dive is gonna get, oh my gosh, this is crazy. We keep trading bases on opposite sides of the map. It's wild, because meanwhile, look at this. This shit's all over pink, and red has come to try to save the day, but I think this might be over for pink. Pink needs to really recover here, and it's not getting enough help as the samurai raid red as well. However, elite palace guard coming in now, fighting under that Shogunate castle, and the top right side gets cleared. We're gonna look for those palace guards. There's no like walls here. There's some wooden walls for one team, but it's just gonna be, it's like free roam here on these team maps. This raid coming off, and you know, England's just looking to finish off pink. There's some, oh my gosh, more villagers going down for red. Lots of villagers have gone down, especially for Team 1 here. Team 2 now pushing in with the Rams. Shogunate Castle has so much HP. 1,300. 13,000. 1,300. Who do I think I am? I don't know how to count. I know how to count, I think. Anyway, Pink's base is lost. Great push here on that left side. Meanwhile, on the right, what is yellow doing? Are you gonna kill this? I don't know, because meanwhile, green is moving out. That hold on the right side was super important for Team 2 here, as Team 2 continues the push. Mounted Samurai raiding the bases of red and yellow, and yeah, pink loses the base. Imperial Age out for France in the orange now. That's the end of the Shogunate Castle here. It does get repaired as a Shogunate Castle if you rebuild this, but I don't see a lot of pink villagers available. Orange swings over to help out, while yellow pushes teal. So I think we're going to need to see France either here to help clear this, or to help over here to finish this off. Either way, we're not seeing it yet. Here they come, though. No, the Arbaletrie exposed. Where's the front line? Okay. I could just imagine Orange screaming like, I'm out here, or pinging like crazy, like, let's do this. And Red just hanging out behind those walls while Orange is just going to try to clear out some of these men-at-arms and archers. I'm actually a little baffled. I guess you don't want to dive this with your mounted samurai. The Arbaletrie is such a good late-game French unit. Nest of bees now on those crossbows. The walls get broken down, but there's nothing to run through as the Palace Guard spear combo blocks that off, and the Nest of Bees firing off. Now, Pink's base is lost. This keep is going to hold Pink's base, and Blue now, with the English, can start training siege out of this castle, out of this keep. Nest of Bees doing work over here because this red army has been able to hold for now. But without Pink's base, and with Purple having held and Teal having held, the Knights swing over to help here. That's probably the right call. Knights and Horsemen out for green in the French in the green now. And yeah, oh man, I love these Palace Guard spear combos. Such a good comp. Jushi's just got some strong units in the late game. The heavy crossbows. Got some sacred site shenanigans going on. It looks like Purple has secured sacreds, but Pink is gonna want to not let that happen. Purple has sacred sites though. This push is coming through. Yellow and Orange not looking like they're able to hold. We got the Landskinecks and handgunners out for Order of the Dragon. A couple of men-at-arms following this up, but the big thing is the unstoppable green French here. These Elite Knights coming in. More Elite Knights in the back. Come on. Elite Knights actually falling back. Where are they going? I love this. Just burn out the rest of the buildings for Pink. Just leave them with nothing. A couple of relics that were dropped as well. Gonna get picked up by Blue now. This is not an easy army to beat, though. 3 Nest of Bees, no Springalds, but elite mounted samurai now, as everybody is going to the Imperial Age. Only 2 players now not in Imperial. One is our recovering Pink player here in the back. The other is going to be our English player, who has been relentless with the pressure here against Japan. Right side, meanwhile, just kind of trying to creep forward with some keeps, but Yellow, once again, just holding this back. Yellow's game has been really strong here. We got some Grenadiers out now as well. I'm excited to see what Yellow does to continue this part of this side of the map, but I'm really worried about the left side. If Japan can't recover, this is a 4v3 right now. We see this hold coming through. Palace Guard Spear holding this choke point for their lives. If this gets in, they just get into the soft underbelly of all this red eco deep on the back. But look at the hold coming through. Onimusha, oh my gosh, Onimusha now coming out for Japan. I kind of like this to deal with this men-at-arms front line, open up the back line, and yeah. I don't hate the Onimusha here. Onimusha do have their problems in some areas, but they help hold here. Onimusha going to be really most useful for the elite mounted samurai and even the Ozutsu, who are a heavy armor unit. Yeah, check that out as they clear out one of the Ozutsu. The Ozutsu clear one back. Mangonels, though, going to be a big problem for Onimusha and those Arbaletrie. Order holds yellow. Lance Connect, Men at Arms just going to be too much with the handgunners, and there's just a little bit of everything here for Order of the Dragon, and they're coming. Got some raids, but purple kind of holding the left, battling it out a little bit with pink here. Oh, we got the Castle of the Crow, it looked like. Unless there's a traders. No, just traders. Oh, we saw Azutsu. It's a Tanegashima gunsmith. Red hanging on for dear life with the help of the Onimusha. Orange should probably go help out against Teal, but what happens then on this side? England massing once again. England needs to go Imperial and just get that fire arrow shenanigans going on. Let's see what blue is up to. Still hanging out in castle, and honestly, as much as this is like unfortunate for them, I would do the same. But look how much food and gold they have. I think all you need to do now is just get a little bit of extra gold. Wait for the enclosures to follow through, which is what it looks like is happening. Once the enclosures comes through, you can get some upgrades on these longbows, but not yet. Just gonna replace these units with all that food, endless food and keeps. Just like build a base with keeps up here. Onimusha gonna be a problem for those men at arms. What are the Dragon trying to move out? I don't know if it's gonna be enough for now, but if they move out and do some damage, what Orange has to decide who to save. They've already lost pink on the other side of the map. You can't lose another teammate. The China keep with its super fast gun just shooting out here, and that's going to be difficult for Order of the Dragon to push into. Blue now getting that Imperial Age up. Oh, not quite. Gold goes back down. Comes a few French Knights to try to secure this. I like this. Just a little extra stopping power for this small yellow army against Zhu Shi. Big fight now on the left as well. Red just... Where is Red's stuff? Red's production kind of dead here. Big mistake. But really, I mean, what can you do with just Onimusha and a few Arbaletria on your side against two? That's a big problem with this. And England's not going to age up. They're just going to keep going, which is smart. Big fight as they duke it out here. These purple samurai are going to shred everything that isn't a horse. And even these horses are going to, yeah. Big block kind of coming back up. Nest of bees firing on the samurai. Look how little damage that does. Oh, no! The mangonels! 4 mangonels dropped on the Onimusha. Half of the Onimusha mass goes down, if not more. Oh my gosh. And this is starting to look quite bad for our Team 1 here. Team 1? Team 1 is on the back burner and being pushed farther and farther back. All this production is just sort of stomped on top of. And I just think, this might be it. The macro for these teams kind of like, I mean, you have resources, but you gotta be able to spend them. And it's just all this macro, all these buildings are on the back, I mean on the front. And we don't have any production on the back, so as we lose this, enemy can just camp. Wood now getting gathered on the top of this fight. A little dangerous. We have holds coming through once again. A lot of production going on, and there's still a lot behind this, so I'm not gonna speak too soon as more samurai with the katana bannermen at their lead. Gonna have that buff for, what is it, 30 seconds or so here as they charge in. More bannermen as well. Still alive, so this isn't the only banner buffing them up. It doesn't stack, but, you know, the more bannermen you have, the longer you can keep this buff up. They don't just get sniped. Yonamusha forced to fall back, and there's just... Red is just stuck. You need production. You've got a lot of wood. We need to build some production back here, I think. But it's... even that would be too little too late. We got a lot of trade. Plenty of trade, really, but what's the payoff? We got a GG coming through for Red. Red has surrendered. Just no production left, and Team 2 decides that's that. And yeah, I think, oh, look at these French Knights. They're everywhere, causing tons of problems. Tia really coming through with those raids throughout the game, and there's just not enough left for Team 2 here. Just, yeah, not enough left. And that was a great game. I enjoyed watching. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Please like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch as well, and we will watch some more in the near future.